Okay, I found a bit more of a quiet spot. One with not as much traffic. Excuse me. So, I guess I'll continue the reading, if that's cool with you guys. Magisterial. Pertaining to a master or magistrate. Imperious, haughty, authoritative. Okay, so maybe you are part of an authority. Maybe somebody that's watching this currently has a certain say when it comes to certain things. They get to make the judgment calls, or or maybe you're part of the military, maybe you're a police officer, maybe you could be a judge, jury, hopefully not an executioner. It could be spiritual or 3D, okay? Let's see what else we got here. Deportation. Removal from one country to another. Exile. Okay, so maybe you're facing deportation right now. Stay calm. Whatever you're going through, just remain calm. If you're worried about somebody you know being deported, or if you're keeping it quiet, unfortunately, like I said, a lot of things are coming out right now, and hiding the facts from other people or getting yourself involved puts yourself at risk. So just be careful with that. Or maybe that's part of your karma, is to go through that and being sent back to where you came, because of the fact that maybe you have some unfinished business, or maybe you have some work to do back home, wherever you came from, okay? M-A-L-A-R-I-A. I don't want to say it outright. Noxious exhalations causing some sort of sickness. F-E-V-E-R. Produced by this sickness. Be very careful. I am not a doctor. If you feel like you're sick, go to the doctors. You can heal yourself. You can do everything you can medicinally, like for holistic stuff. What you call that? Herbal stuff. Just be careful. Magnet. To lodestone, which has the property of attracting. Maybe you're attracting things into you right now. Iron, F-E, that could be feminine energy as well. Bar of iron or steel, to which the properties of the lodestone have been imparted. If you're a magnet right now, maybe you're attracting. Maybe you're in your feminine energy. It's funny how it says iron there, F-E. If you're in your attracting energy, now's the time to manifest. Now's the time to think about the things that you want, not focus on the things that you don't want. Think about all, envision and picture once in a while what it is that you're doing. You standing in that, like say you're mailing an envelope, or you picture how you're going to do it, and then you do it. Okay? Almost like it's already going to happen anyways. So you're just kind of playing it out. Almost like when you were a child and you just kind of fantasize about what it'd be like to be a scuba diver, or what it would be like to go tobogganing or something. You kind of just picture it before it happens. Okay? And I used to do this a lot as a child. I would envision certain things and then they would come to fruition. Now, regardless of whether or not I am actually creating it or I'm just co-creating, that's not the point. I'm saying if you're in your attracting, you're being a magnet right now, then you want to call in good stuff, not bad stuff. Refute. Refuting, refuted. To disprove or to overthrow by argument. You could have been in an argument recently and maybe somebody overthrew you, or you and your facts. If you stick to the facts, make sure if you do get in an argument, you keep calm, you do not raise your voice too much, you stick to the facts. Try not to make it emotional. If you are trying to prove your point and you know you're in the right and you have all the evidence, all the receipts, all the facts and everything, do not get emotional about it. Do not start throwing negative things at them or attacking them in any way for just their character, like how they brush their hair or what clothes they wear or something, don't start attacking their character for that shit. Stand your ground. Make sure that you're using facts. You did say this. You did do this. I don't appreciate this. This is how this is going to go. And you just keep the emotion part out of it to make it a little bit easier, okay, for yourself and for the whole thing. If you constantly are arguing with a person, then maybe you need to separate yourself. You need to give yourself energy. Cornucopia. It's not the first time I got that word. The representation of a horn filled with fruit. Maybe your fruit or whatever it is that you're harvesting is coming in. Flowers, grain, symbol of plenty. It is pretty much spring. We're hitting on spring soon, so the flowers are going to be coming up. A symbol of plenty and peace. Do your best to keep your peace, keep your vibrational frequency high. Do your very best to try to stay calm throughout this whole thing, because everybody that is not doing what they're supposed to be doing right now is going to try to throw you for a loop. They will do certain things to try to sway you off your course. Just stay on track. Do what you're supposed to do for you. Focus on yourself. Worry about what you need to do and how you need to do it. Okay, if things are difficult right now or other people are getting in your energy and it's taking up too much of your time or it's distracting you, that says a lot on its own. The car beside me just started on its own. So, maybe you have your own car starter. Maybe you need to go for a drive. Rib. That sounds like the whole atom thing. Rib. One of the curved bones springing from the backbone. Something resembling a rib, a long ridge on cloth. Ribbing, ribbed. To furnish with ribs. To enclose with ribs. You know those chairs? I'm kind of getting a view, you know, the backing of a chair. How they kind of have it like curved. Seeing a big round one. Maybe you're furnishing your place. Maybe you are fixing up furniture. Maybe you're flipping stuff. That's a good way to make money if you want to make extra income. You get the stuff for free on Marketplace or whatever, and you turn around, you fix it up, do it nice, and then you sell it. Obviously, you make sure it's nice and clean, and you refinish it, and whatever you got to do. That's a way to make money. There's tons of different things you could do with creativity to help yourself out right now, okay? Clean. Clean, free from dirt, pure, quite fully purified, to cleanse. Maybe you need to cleanse your space. Maybe you are cleansing, and that's good. Keep doing that. Do not stop. If you don't know how to cleanse certain things out of your energy, please do your research. Okay? Going very quiet, going within. Maybe you're going through hermit mode. Could be reflecting, could be introspecting. Very soft energy. Don't be timid or shy or afraid. I just seen a license plate that said cabbie. Maybe you need to, if you can't drive somewhere, maybe you need to take a cab to the park. Go to the park, get out, get some fresh air, do whatever you need to do for yourself, okay? Get some space. If you need to cry, cry. There is nothing wrong with shedding tears as long as a lesson's being learned and they're not wasted. Okay? That's very important. Heath. A small flowering shrub growing on a waste or wild place. A place overgrown with heath. Waste tract. So maybe you got to clean out and cleanse again. Anything to do with garbage or things that no longer serve your highest power, your highest self. Little tiny flowers, again, springtime, getting that. Place overgrown. Well, maybe you gotta, you know how when they do the gardening, just before spring, you're getting rid of all the dead stuff and you're clearing way. Maybe that's like metaphorical for your own life or whatever's going on mentally as well, spiritually. You got to clear out the old in order to make way for the new. It's very important. Sorry, get distracted. Assistance, help, and aid. Maybe you're finally going to get the assistance that you've been waiting for. You don't have to cut corners. You don't have to rip corners. If you're worried about people spying on you, well, what can I say? There's going to be people, especially if you got a social platform like this, there's going to be people that you're calling attention to. And it's almost like a heed, like a courtesy as well. The stuff that I place up online is definitely to help other people wake the fuck up. Give them a heads up. Be like, hey, even the ones that are doing wrong, like even the ones that are harming other people that watch my video and they're like, yeah, I kind of do that. Or, yeah, I definitely do that. If you could admit it, great. Then you have some sort of conscience in there. If you get super enraged or pissed off watching my video, which I don't think a lot of people do, I try to keep it as fair and as honest as I can and to have understanding all around, like from both sides. I do get it. Like I said in the other video, if you used to be a bully, I understand why. It was probably done to you, but there's no need for that anymore. So now we take accountability. It's time to change. Two birds in front of me, same time. Together. Sparse. Thinly scattered, not thick or close together. Maybe there's people that are being bullies that are kind of spacing out. They're scattering. Maybe your thoughts feel scattered. That's okay. Speak your truth. Know your truth. Stick with that. We get some upbeat music, kind of playful right now. That's the second time with instruments. Maybe you want to learn. Maybe you used to do it in school, like high school or something, or grade school, and you want to pick it up again. Or maybe you want to learn something new. Maybe you're being called to. Whatever your gut instinct's telling you is normally, if it's for your highest good, like it's not going to harm anybody, it's normally a good thing. Go with it. Roman. Pertaining to Rome. Maybe you come from Rome, or it's the people and the Roman Catholic religion. If you're religious, be careful not to get too caught up in all that drama and bullshit. Apply to the common upright letter in printing. Printing. Maybe you are writing something. I'm seeing like, not a will. What's that other thing? What is that? When you write on something to... Is it a discography? Discography? Or maybe even like a journal. But it's shorter. What is that? Biography. Oh my god. Yeah, maybe you're writing a biography, a quick one. Maybe you're a writer. You know, people are doing it now. So many ways of writing books and releasing what you need to. I personally do not. I think I have an issue with commitment. To pick one thing and just go with it, to me, is a commitment. Okay? Whether it be relationship or a hobby. And for me, to commit to one thing and not being able to... more so for hobbies for this, or my what do you call it, my gifts and stuff, to waver, to pick one thing for me, it almost feels as if I wouldn't be able to do the other stuff, which isn't really true. I'd still be able to do the other stuff. It's just I don't want to be held just to one thing. I don't want to be held down just to one gift. I want to be able to use them all together, kind of like a collage of all my shit. And I say that in a positive way. Kind of like a collage of all my gifts in one. I want to be able to utilize everything that I have and not waste any of it. I don't want to waste anything. I don't know where that came from. Saturate. To imbue till no more can be received. To soak thoroughly. Like a sponge. Okay, I personally absorb a lot of information, knowledge, signs, synchronicities, words, stuff. Maybe you're used to absorbing. Maybe that's the whole idea of writing. You gotta put it out there, get it back out there. Instead of taking it all in, you gotta put something back in. And you gotta put it back. Give back to the community. Dairy. I don't know, maybe you are allergic to dairy, or maybe you're lactose, the place where milk is converted into butter or cheese. Could be a farm, maybe you're a farmer, maybe there's something you want to do on a farm, or maybe you want to become one. Shop where milk or butter, etc. are sold. Maybe you're a shop owner, maybe you need to worry about your inventory. Something to do with expiry date. Pertaining to the keeping of cows, managing of milk. Cows are black and white. Maybe you've figured out your balance between light and dark. Maybe you're managing yourself very well. The whole idea of milk being nourishing, as in like sucking from a teat, right? Maybe you're done suckling on the teat of those around you and you're becoming more independent. Maybe you don't no longer have to seek from other people to keep you comforted, so to speak. Maybe you stopped drinking milk. Maybe you switched over to almond or cashew or any of the other stuff. Coconut milk's good for if you are finding yourself dehydrated right now because you're like a conductor. If you find yourself dehydrated right now, what is it? It is potassium, helps with your electrolytes. Coconut milk's good for electrolytes. Making your own. Like you can make a tea in a pot and then you can put all the good stuff in there. Honey, ginger, lemon, all this other crap in there. Cinnamon, and then you cool it down. You make it into a tea, which is kind of like a Gatorade or a sports drink. And I'm not endorsing that, by the way. I'm not getting paid for that. By the way, check your videos. If you're a content provider and it says paid promotions, but you know you're not getting paid, mention it on that video in the comments somewhere. Hey, YouTube, I'm not getting paid for this. Why is it paid promotions? Said on my video. Okay? And be careful of what you're advertising for companies if you're not getting no dough for it. Glare. A bright, dazzling light, a fierce, piercing look. Maybe people are staring at you or glaring at you. Maybe what you're doing, standing in your own light, is pissing people off. Fuck them. Just keep shining. To shine with excessive luster. To look with fierce, piercing eyes. Maybe you are staring a person down. I know I just recently did that with a guy that was just watching me in my vehicle, which is weird because, yeah, you look, you're like, oh, okay, a person there, and then you go about your thing, but you don't keep looking at them. So that's weird. Maybe you're staring people down, or maybe you're standing your ground. Looks, what is it? Look, if looks could kill. Be careful with that. Silver. A precious metal of a white color. Money plate made of silver. Maybe you have to invest in silver. To cover with a coat of silver. To tinge with gray. Maybe you found your gray area in between the white and black, the dark and light, masculine and feminine. Maybe you found your middle ground. That's not a bad thing. Some people are like, oh, well, if you can't choose a side, then you can't choose a side. I mean, it's not like you're for or against either of them. You understand that both have a function. Okay, so let's say a shadow side has a meaning and why it exists, and the light side has a meaning why it exists. If you give your energy, which is your power, you're very powerful, right? If you give acknowledgement to one more than the other, or if you praise one more than the other, then you're ignoring the other one. And what do you think that energy does when you ignore or abandon, just like as your own inner child? What happens when you don't acknowledge both sides and their worth or value? I'm not saying that you turn around and worship the devil. I'm not saying you turn around and start worshiping God if you're not even religious to begin with. I'm saying there is a balance that needs to be done. There's a call coming in. Sorry, buddy. Not right now. Enrich. To make rich, to fertilize, again with gardening, to supply with an abundance of anything desirable, to adorn. You are a part of the universe itself. Okay? You're a part of this whole thing. You co-create. So the universe is abundant. You can get anything you need out of it. This entire reality that we live in, you can get anything you need. I see a woman wearing pink. Maybe you've come fully into your crown chakra and all your things are starting to come to you, whatever you've manifested. Anything desirable to adorn. Keep in mind, not everything has to be material. Produce. Maybe you're producing certain things. Maybe you grow things to bring forward, to exhibit. Maybe you're starting to tell the truth. Maybe you're starting to make your own videos on a platform. Please do. To bring forth, to bear, to yield, to supply. Share your story. Share your yield with those that are deserving. To supply others or share with them is a very, very good thing to do, as long as those people are showing you in return respect. I mean, if they're not going to respect you and they're just going to take from you, what does that say about them? And what does that say about you, what you allow? What is produced? Outcome, yield, agriculture, and products. Yeah, I'm getting farming, springtime, a lot of that energy. It's really good. Calico. What's calico again? Ooh, new voicemail. 639. What's calico? Calico. That's a cat, right? It's salt and pepper. Maybe you have a salt and pepper kitty. Maybe they're lost. They'll be found. They're gonna come home. Passport. A license empowering a person to travel, that which enables one to reach some desired object. Okay, this will be the last. I'll choose one more word after this. Okay, so maybe you're going on a trip. Maybe you are getting some things that you need, your passport, your photos. Maybe you had a few tests and trials or tribulations and you passed them. Maybe you had an exam, you passed it. Last word. Pestilence. Light just went out. Ooh, I need to leave this area. Gray man, lover, to emit particles, fire, or to sparkle. What was that? Spark. Particle, ignited substance, maybe it's twin flame, flies off from or burning, something transient, light, gray man, spark or sparkler. Okay, so whatever the fuck that was, I need to peace. Take care of yourself.